What's up, guys, and welcome back to our third reality check brought to you by Champion Life Ministries. I'm Michael Norwood, and today's topic is all about censorship. Yes, I said it, censorship. And this topic has been growing and intensifying since 2020. Actually, I would even say 2016, but we're gonna focus on on 2020 all the way till now. Okay, and so, you know, I believe that, this is much more than we think it is. Okay, this is much more than we think it is. Right? They've been silencing, diverse opinions, religious beliefs and ideas. And when I say they, I'm talking about the Washington elites. I'm talking about the left liberal lunatics, right? I'm talking about, the people who want to silence America, the people who want America to be communist and be run by some, some big tech company or or just these big companies, right? And basically, they want to just silence people who actually are getting the truth out. That's the truth. They want to silence churches. They want to silence people who are telling the truth and exposing the evil nonsense that's going on in our government. Literally, and that's what we're going to be talking about today: the silencing and the censorship of Americans. Okay, so I want to stress the importance before I get started on anything, right? Any material that I have today, I want to just talk to you guys really quickly about two words: First Amendment. Okay, First Amendment, right? That's the freedom of speech. We have the freedom as Americans to express our opinions, our beliefs, our ideas, and our concerns about our government. Okay, and so that's the First Amendment. And after that, I'm gonna say this too: we have the Second Amendment. Why is the Second Amendment there? Right, the right to bear arms. I believe many people say, and I love it. Many people say that the Second Amendment is there to make sure that the First Amendment stays active, and I believe that's true, right? And so I believe that the First Amendment is very important for you to understand as an American citizen, and to understand that we have to protect our free speech. Free speech is not something that is it's not something that's a question. Okay, it's not an option. No, it's the foundation of our government, and it cannot be moved. And even though people are trying to push it away and take it away from us, we will fight back. Why? Because we are going to fight for truth. By the way, if you haven't listened to the Champion Life podcast, we actually have an episode about, it's titled The Fight for Truth. So go listen to it. Fight for Truth, Champion Life podcast. You're going to love it. But back to reality check. Listen, here's a matter. We're going to talk about the current censorship, okay? The current silencing of Americans. So, platforms and policies, okay? We're going to talk about some platforms and policies that has, silenced, America, or tried to silence America. And some have, but they have been fought back. And actually in court cases, but we're going to dive into something. Okay, so listen, Facebook, YouTube, and Google, okay, suppressed views that contradicted mainstream narratives. Yeah, they did. They sure did. Look it up for yourself. Listen, don't just take what I'm telling you. Don't just take it and whatever, but look it up. Do your own research, guys. Do your own research. Listen, in 2024, no longer can we just listen to somebody and just say, oh yeah, he's right, oh yeah, they're right. No, do your own research. Be your own advocate. Do your research and look up this stuff for yourself. I'm not just making this stuff up, okay? I've done research. I've looked at websites, right? I've watched tons of videos from people who I trust and people who I know who are telling the truth, okay? So go look it up for yourself, okay? Facebook, YouTube, and Google, they were censoring and shutting people down. And guess what? I don't care if YouTube shuts me off, whatever. But I promise you this, that they are censoring still, and they have been in the past. And so this have been impacting both conservative and religious voices. Yes. Why? Because whenever we are not submitting to their narrative or to their views or to their opinions, they don't like it. That's true. They don't like it. Why? Because we are informing people about the truth and about the facts, and exposing the evilness and the darkness behind some of the big government. Yeah. So censorship extended to news outlets curating information on social and political and religious issues, right? And so basically, right, what they did is that they started censoring, right, religious topics, and these views and these opinions that weren't aligning with theirs. I was telling my mom the other day that it's funny, because they call Trump a threat to democracy. They said that Trump is a threat to democracy, and that he's gonna just destroy our country or whatever. But what they really want to say, if you read between the lines of their entire agenda, okay, if they really have any agenda or whatever, it's basically just to get rid of America and destroy it. But they say that Trump is a threat to democracy. But I'm gonna tell you this: what they really are saying is that Trump is a threat to their agenda. So that's what it is. They are actually saying that Trump is a threat to their agenda. So what they do? They convict him of nonsense crimes. They raid his house in Florida. They want to throw him in jail. The Attorney General of New York, right? She literally said on video that she wants to seize all of his home, seize his property, seize all of his money, everything. They try to strip him away of his livelihood, but you know what? He's a fighter, and he's fighting back still. And I believe, I don't care what you say. Listen, you can unfollow me. You can unfollow our podcast. You can unfollow our ministry. Why? Because listen, I really don't care. I'm here to give you the truth. And if you don't want to hear the truth, so be it. So be it. But I'm gonna say this right now is that I don't know what your thought is about this, but listen, if you have been convicted of nonsense crimes, if you've been shot at 2 times, right? People try to kill you 2 times, right? Your family has been ridiculed and slandered and slammed to the ground, but you still want to run for president? Man, I don't know how much more you have to go through for people to understand that you actually love America. People just fail to realize that Trump really loves America. It's in his entire campaign slogan, MAGA, Make America Great Again. And I don't understand what American in their right mind would be against those words. Make America Great Again. It's the best 4 words any American could ever say. But apparently, Kamala Harris doesn't like it. But you know what? Actually, Biden actually put on a hat. So maybe we're getting somewhere. But listen, guys, they have been censoring people, and they really don't want people to speak if they don't agree with their agenda. And that's a fact about the matter. That's the matter that we are living in. And so, cases, right, were brought up by Facebook, partially, right, because they were removing accounts suspended because they were discussing topics such as election fraud, pandemic responses, or conservative values. Yeah, so they were censoring people. Facebook, YouTube, and Google, right, were censoring topics. They were taking down pages. They were shutting off people's accounts, right? Because people were exposing the truths behind COVID. Yes, they were. Because COVID, I believe, again, you don't have to agree with me, but I believe that COVID, listen, I'm not saying that COVID was fake, okay? I'm saying that they blew it up more than it was, okay? Now listen, I'm not saying that people didn't die. I know a lot of lives were lost, right? And I pray for families, that you guys, are still recovering from that, and I hope that you guys are doing well. But I will say this though, that the government used this as a fear tactic, okay? The government used this as a fear tactic. The government used this to isolate people. Yeah. isolate people. They used it to put fear, to put fear in people. They use this so that people can be in their homes and alone and just feeling depression, right? They use this to put fear in people so that we can submit to the government. And you want to know what's crazy? As much as they were censoring people, they had the audacity to shut down churches but keep liquor stores open. Huh, interesting. And then not only that, they had celebrities going to parties when they were telling Americans to wear masks and be 6 feet away and stay in your homes and don't go nowhere and shut down airports and shut down schools and churches, all that stuff. But you want to allow celebrities to have parties and this and that. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. Listen, in the end, the truth will come out and the truth will be exposed and the truth will reign. It's going to reign. So we see that, they were censoring pandemic topics and responses and election fraud. Yeah, because listen, they didn't like the fact that conservatives and Donald Trump was mad about the election. Because, again, they used the pandemic as a crutch to get Biden elected in 2020. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. They used that as a tactic to get Biden elected. And yes, I will say it. I don't care if you don't follow me or not. They used that as a tactic to cheat in the 2020 election. Take me down if you want to. I don't care. Because what? I can post this on. Listen, if I have to send this video out through email and text messages, I will. Okay? But yes, I believe that they use that. And they use that to put masks on kids, masks on 5-year-olds and babies. Are you kidding me? You done lost your mind. It's okay though. It's okay though. Because you want to use people, because you want to censor the truth, you want to censor the facts, you want to censor pastors and religious leaders because you don't care about their opinion and what they believe. Shame on you. Shame on you. And listen, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm passionate about this stuff. I am passionate about it. And I believe that this is ridiculous. And this is the world that we're living in. This is the matter. This is the matter. And so we saw a rise in shadow banning, right? Where users' visibility, right, was increased without outright bans. Okay, so they were making sure that people couldn't reach a certain amount of viewers. So they were making sure that people's videos could only be viewed to a certain amount. Oh, wow. Michael, what does that mean? That means that they are making sure that people's videos were not getting millions and millions of views, right? They're making sure that they weren't going viral. Right? So they are making sure that they're making sure that their voices were, again, shrunken. That's not the word. I don't know if that's the right word or not. Right? But they're making sure that people's voices were not being heard to the full extent that it could have been. So this is where we're living in, guys. This is the matter. And guess what? This was not just in 2020. This is happening in 2024. And we're gonna get to some really great stuff too in a little bit. But yeah, it's guys, it's real thing. And so we have a fight against this narrative that if you're not supporting the liberal left lunatics, or if you're not supporting Sleepy Joe, or if you're not supporting communist Kamala, then you're against America, or you're a threat to democracy, and that's false. That's false. And anybody who wants to vote for Kamala, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and do that. Listen, I'm not in control of who you vote for, but I pray for your children, if you have some, or I pray for your finances, and I pray for your guns if you have a gun. I pray for your free speech, because if I promise you this, if Kamala is elected, these next 4, you thought these past 3.5 years was bad? Woo-wee, boy, y'all were in for a rude awakening, a reality check, a real one. Okay, so, but sorry, let's Donald Trump actually calls it a weave. I like it. He was on a podcast the other day and he called it a weave. So I'm gonna do a little weave. It's where you can kind of go on a little rabbit trail, but find your way back to your main point. I'm gonna do a little weave real quick. Okay, so if you want to have honest elections and your freedoms, you got to make the right choice. Listen, we are 26 days away from the presidential election on November 5th. 26 days, guys. 26 days for the 4 years, for the next 4 years of our lives. 26 days that America makes a decision to either go on the path of victory and prosperity or destruction and depression. It's your choice. So I want to go to our next thing, the reality. Here's the reality, guys. The reality is this. After being banned from multiple platforms following the 2020 elections, right, Donald Trump launched Truth Social to provide a platform for free speech. So here's the reality. The reality is this. Trump was banned right off of Twitter. He's banned off on many platforms, right? And so he fought back by starting his own platform, Truth Social. And I'm on it. You can find Champion Life Ministries on it. And I love it. You can, and guess what? See, the thing is this. See, they do the opposite of what, the Democrats do. He doesn't censor Democrats. There's Democrats on Truth Social. Yes, there is. And does he censor them, even though they're literally talking against him? No. Why? Because it's America. It's free speech. And guess what? I'm not just saying that we have to have free speech for Republicans. And yes, oh my gosh, wow, what a surprise! Michael's a Republican. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And so I'm not afraid to say it. So the thing is this: is that it's not a blue or red issue. And it's not a right or left issue, okay? It's an American issue. We shouldn't be censoring Democrats. We shouldn't be censoring Republicans. We shouldn't be censoring right, people in the middle, right? We shouldn't be censoring anybody. It's an American freedom to have free speech. Free speech. So it's come down to that. It's come down to it. The reality is that Trump had to make a decision. Okay, well, listen, if these big tech companies are gonna ban me, I'm gonna make my own company, and he did, and it's thriving. It's thriving, and it's making tons of money. So, Truth Social allows users to express themselves without fear of being censored for their views. And this is from Truth Out. Look it up, truthout.com. This is where I got my information from. And also, too, I want to talk about Elon Musk role. Come on, in 2022, Elon Musk bought Twitter to combat growing censorship concerns, aiming to transform it into a platform that promotes open dialogue. Open dialogue. Again, am I saying open dialogue just for conservatives and Republicans? No, it's for everybody. Everybody. Again, you see that on his platform, nobody is censored. Okay. Now, yes, there are what they call it, community guidelines, right? We have to follow, right? Just saying certain things and just things like that. So certain things you shouldn't say, right? Certain words you shouldn't use when you're making a comment on a post or replying to a post, things like that. But other than that, you can say what you want. Express your feelings, express your opinions, express your religious beliefs. These things are what they promote. Musk's decision was fueled by the backlash faced by conservative voices during the 2020 election. Again, go to truthout.com. Read the article for yourself. Okay? Under his leadership, Twitter began reinstating previously banned accounts, including Trump's. So he was like, oh, no, you guys are, I'm not about to sit here and allow you guys to censor people. Reinstate them bad boys. Reinstate Trump. Yeah. And you know what's funny? Listen, this doesn't matter, but I thought it was funny and I like it, so oh well, deal with it. But Trump actually has more followers than Kamala on, I think, almost every platform, every social media platform, okay? and it's pretty funny. Even though they banned him and took him off, he came back. Now he's stronger than ever. Love it, phenomenal. So here's why. Let's go back to the First Amendment, right? Why does the First Amendment matter? So again, it's the foundation of the American people. It's the foundation of the American dream, promoting free speech, religious freedom, and diversity of thought. Listen, it is okay. Let me weave a little bit. I'm gonna weave a little bit, okay, and come back in a minute. See, the thing for me is this, even with denominations, denominational beliefs, whether you're Baptist. Okay, so I grew up Pentecostal. I grew up in a Kojic Church of God in Christ. Now I'm a part of the PCG, Pentecostal Church of God. It's basically like the AG. We're actually very similar to the AG. But I grew up right in the Pentecostal background. I grew up, with organs, dun dun dun, right, all that good stuff. Right, I grew up with shouting, people, running across the church, dancing, and all that good stuff. Right, I grew up with all that stuff. I grew up with the choirs and the robes, all that stuff. That's how I grew up. Okay, and I grew up, and I grew up, with the Holy Spirit, being baptized in the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I grew up with all these beliefs, right? Speaking in tongues, right, and evidence speaking in tongues, all these different things, right? Those are Pentecostal core beliefs. But the thing is that do I shut off people who are Baptist, who are Orthodox, who are Lutheran, who are Catholic? Well, no, not at all. I know people who are Catholic and Baptist. I know people, but do I just say shut them off? No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. No. The thing is that listen. I believe that we have open dialogue, open opinions, open beliefs, right? The Bible says that, right, the word is good for doctrine, teaching, reproof, all these different things, right? People can have their own doctrine, right? As long as you're living right and following Christ, right, and crucify your flesh, right? But we have to understand that, listen, open dialogue is good. That you learn that way. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. Okay, that's how you grow. That's how you become a person that is willing to learn and grow. It's really important. So it's important that we understand free speech and why it matters. And so when these platforms restrict speech, these threatens our freedom. Yeah. When they are restricting people's speech, they're threatening our freedoms. Yeah. People say, and then someone the other day said, "Well, Michael, you don't have these social media. Like who use someone else." Okay, you're right. Yeah, we don't have to, but we live in 2024. Okay, like come on, like find me one company, find me one church, find me one business that doesn't use social media. Okay, social media. Listen, again. We're not of the world, but we're in the world, okay? So we can use the things that are in the world for God's glory, okay? And so again, like our podcast, we use TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, right? And so these things aren't bad unless you make them bad, okay? But I believe that social media can be a good thing. But that's a topic for another day, okay? But when we're using these platforms, right? When people are using these platforms to reach thousands and even millions of people and viewers, but you're shutting them down, right? Turning off their accounts, saying, be quiet, your voice doesn't matter. You are restricting our freedoms. Yeah. Yep. And so Mark Zuckerberg, right, found himself in court, right, in front of Congress because he was censoring people during 2020 election. Yeah. So the thing is that the truth is going to be exposed. And when you're censoring people, then you're going to be faced with the hard facts about you're taking away our freedoms. So I want to talk about the move. Here's the move. I want you guys to stay informed about censorship and be engaged in the fight for free speech. We got to fight for it, guys. Listen, this election is not just about electing Donald Trump for president, it's not just about getting him in the White House for a better 4 years. It's about also making sure that our children, and our country stays America. Because if America makes the wrong decision on November 5th, I'll be praying. I'll be praying that God puts His hand of blessing over us. I really am, because Elon Musk said it, that listen, if we elect the wrong person in 2024, this will be our last election. It'll be our last election. So this is critical, guys. We gotta fight for truth. We gotta fight for truth. Fight for our voices. Fight for our voices. And guess what? Your voice matters when you vote. Voting is a voice. So, if you're in Texas and you didn't register to vote, I'm sorry. The deadline was the 7th of October. You're too late. But I will say this. You can still fight and spread the good news of the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ, and the good news that we have, that listen, we are Americans and we're going to fight for truth. We're going to fight for what's right. We're going to fight for our freedoms. Share this video with somebody you know, with families and friends. Get them to say, hey, listen, go and vote if you guys are registered. If you're listening in another state, I don't know when your polls, when your registration closed, but look it up. If you haven't registered yet, go register. If you're in Texas, I'm sorry, you have to wait until 2028 or whenever the next election is, whatever, to go register to vote. But listen, we have to advocate for holding big tech accountable. We have to make sure that we are not limited our free speech in the expression of our beliefs. So, I encourage you guys to vote for candidates who support free speech and protect our First Amendment rights. Do it. Vote for the person who you believe is going to fight for our freedoms as Americans. Hint, hint, Kamala's not. So stay vigilant, guys, about the impact of censorship on religious freedoms and other constitutional rights. It's our rights. It is our rights. So, really quickly, I want to say, listen, guys, this election in November is coming up fast. It's fast. And, honestly, guys, actually, this is really cool because my birthday is actually on the same week of the election. I'm pretty excited about that. My birthday wish for 2024 is that Trump gets elected. If Trump gets elected, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Y'all can give me birthday money later. No, but seriously, guys, listen. I'm so excited for this election. We have just a couple more reality check videos coming up. Listen, if you have not tuned into our podcast, Champion Life Podcast, we have every other week we have a new episode. So excited for that. Tune in with us, and thank you guys so much for tuning in to our third reality check brought to you by Champion Life Ministries. See you next time.